Yo, yeah, we can start a show like that. If it's the Erskine Music Show, how you guys doing today? I wanted to let you guys know that I'm representing Kairos, wonderful student ministry down at Houston Baptist University. Shout out to you guys down there. Kairos means the appointed time, and this is the appointed time in which God has allowed us to be able to meet together once again for the Erskine Music Show. I love it. We've got a special guest that's coming on here just a little bit. I'll be a different kind of interview than some of the other interviews that I do, but you will not want to miss this. If you are an artist and you're out there and you're saying, hey, how do I grow the show? How do I get more bookings? How do I do just the whole thing? Transitioning from maybe employment somewhere else, doing full-time music, you're going to get it like binoculars. You're going to get a sneak peek window into what that looks like with the conversation with that I'm about to have. So you guys will definitely want to check that out. So let's give a shout out to all the folks out there. If you're on YouTube, Facebook Live, and or Twitch, please remember to enable the notifications. That'll let you know the show is on, and you won't want to miss an episode. All right, so we're rolling right along here. The Erskine Music Show. This is a pre-recorded show, but as I always like to say, the comment section is still turned on. I go back and watch all of these shows and like a lot of your comments that you guys make, and that helps the algorithm out. So if you guys will start jumping on there and just saying hello, good morning, give a shout out. Where you guys coming from? Where you guys at that are watching this today? There's strong support in the Midwest. We're getting a lot of love these days from East Tennessee and some other places in the country. And for those of you who are on YouTube, man, you guys are a worldwide audience. India, Africa, and different places have checked in and saying, hey, we're watching the show. We're with you. We're strong. We probably won't go a whole hour today, but we will have some substance for you guys. So we're going to kind of condense it in. We're going to pack it in, and you will not want to miss any of this show. The reason why this show is pre-recorded is because right now, even now, as we speak, I'm driving, Lord willing. Hopefully the Lord has not returned and taken me away, because that would be false report that I just gave you. But hopefully at this time, I will be driving to East Tennessee, where I'm going to be involved with a Melanie Penn concert. And if you don't know who Melanie Penn is, let me just give you a quick preview of who she is. On yesterday's show, I did a little bit more of a preview and played some of her music. But we should get Melanie Penn information coming here to you soon. All right. Just a little bit about Melanie Penn. Teleprompter going here. She is. Oh, man. That was an unfortunate. She was featured in CCM magazine in her debut album, which was a Christmas album. And she's back again. She doesn't just do Christmas albums, but she made an initial splash into the recording foray by her Christmas project by the name of Emmanuel. Go out and buy it. Awesome, wonderful music, Christ-centered. She did Emmanuel with an I did Emmanuel with an E. And really, there's no difference. God with us either way. But the reason why I chose the E is because my name is Erskine. And, anyway, Emmanuel with an I. She's a native of Brooklyn, New York. Native New Yorker, born in Brooklyn, grew up in Jersey where you die if you look long. Okay, if there's anybody out there, and I do mean anybody, who can tell me where those lyrics just came from, I'm going to mail you a free t-shirt. Because nobody's going to get that. Native New Yorker, born in Brooklyn, grew up in Jersey where you die if you look long. So if you guys, without cheating and getting on Spotify, actually know where those lyrics came from, I will give you a free t-shirt. I mean, that's classic right there. At any rate, I digress. Melanie Penn enjoyed a tenured career on the national Broadway touring stage before penning her own songs in an official capacity. In fact, you might be surprised considering her deep, velvety vocal work. Whew. Makes you want to go out and get it right now. Incorporating rich instrumental textures and reverent melodies. Can she write my bio? If she wrote this, or whoever wrote this for Melanie Penn, can you come and write my bio? This is awesome. Reverent melodies. Emmanuel with an I is an entirety original soundtrack that seems to fit perfectly the newer style, older style, with some reverence toward and deference toward a familiar story. This musical nativity truly travels back in time and gives it a modern day setting. Penn has really created a work of art that should be cherished, as CCM magazine says, for years and years to come. The only thing they missed on that article is they should have said years one more time, just in case we didn't know that the album is awesome. So that's a little bit about Melanie Penn. I'm going to go run sound for her concert. So I will be there. I've been telling people from Johnson City I'll be there. So like we can chat, we can talk, chop it up a little bit, but I'm not going to be like there. So like you actually, for those of you who are in Johnson City and the surrounding areas, you might actually have more time to talk to me than if it was just a concert of mine. Just because rush and merch and all those different things. So yeah, I'll be on site. I'll be on the set. Excited. You should probably see in the next weeks or so some pictures of us yucking it up, enjoying our time together at the concert. Melanie Penn, big concert. And so she's just making a little tour there. She's going to be in Johnson City, and then a couple of days later, she's going to be doing a big concert in Nashville, Christ Presbyterian. And so making our way around the country with this album and in due time, because we're about to have Christmas album. We need this. We need this in our lives. So Melanie Penn is going to be coming, and she's going to be doing that. All right, folks. Oh, man. Teleprompter. Let's do it. Teleprompter fun today. This is a segment that we call
That's Weird.
And really what it has turned into is it has turned into me reading about the silly sometimes celebrations that we have each day. Every day. Did you know? Every day there is a celebration of some sort that's out there. And I've been making jokes and saying, literally people have found a reason to celebrate everything. We've done what was it? Dress up and pretend like you're a time traveler day. We really enjoyed that day. I traveled forward, not backwards. So we really enjoyed that. It was a pirate day, cowboy day. Okay, we got all sorts of stuff that's going on in this world. But did you know that today is National Barbie? We don't care about that. And Barney, we care about that. Barbie and Barney Backlash Day. So if you're a parent that's out there and you've had to endure the Barney theme over and over and over, my friends, this one for you.
Smiling is because of you, Barney. Today has been really special.
Oh, it was special for me too. Of course, every day is special when you spend it with people you love. I love you.
Sing along. You know this song.
We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me?
This is therapy, people. Just get over it. Don't be mad at Barney. You know he helped raise your kids. The little village mentality there. It takes a village. It was you, hopefully your husband, your church, and little Barney coming in there as well.
We're best friends like friends should be, with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
Oh, see? Doesn't that make you feel better already? No hate. Don't hate. Don't hate on Barney. This I don't know what's going on here. His party just keeps going. All right. So this is actually a day. This is actually December the 16th, every year, National Backlash Barney Day. Listen to this. This allows parents to take a vacation from all the repetitive sing-along songs and storytelling, which I didn't give you a vacation. While Barbie and Barney aren't the only toy television shows in childhood, these two do strike a nerve from time to time. True. The day permits parents to turn off the annoying cartoons and songs, and parents must insist on different books to read at bedtime. Put away the noisy toys, if you dare. Oh, man, we got a 2-year-old right now. Truer words were never spoken. Cheryl Leach created Barney and Friends in 1987. The first show aired on PBS in 1992 and was aimed at children 1 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, exactly. The friendly purple Tyrannosaurus Rex dinosaur sang and danced many educational messages. While children adored Barney, many adults found it disturbing. Who wrote this? I want them to write my bio. Okay. All right. So, despite the adults feeling Barney and Friends in the animosity there, it aired for 14 season plus returns and reruns. All right. Barbie's full name. Did you know? This is another trivia question here. Hey. This is trivia, people. We are doing it. Do you know Barbie's real full name? I didn't know this. I'm not giving you anything, though. She's just you can just win some trivia games. But Barbie's the doll. We're talking about dolls on this show. That's why the Erskine Music Show is so poorly rated. The Barbie full name of Barbie is Barbara Millicent Roberts. I didn't come up with this. I wouldn't have come up with that. So you know I didn't do that. But Barbara Millicent Roberts and Ruth Handler created the fashion doll. Mattel introduced Ken Carson, Barbie's boyfriend. Interestingly, Barbie was one of the first toys to have a marketing strategy based extensively on television advertising. Estimated about 1 billion Barbie dolls have been sold worldwide in over 150 countries. So we got Barney stuff. We got Barbie stuff going on the show. And I mean, I guess the only thing I can say is
That's weird.
okay, we're back. And so let me do something that I don't normally do here. I'm bringing my special guest on. Let's see. Let's do a little pirate hat here for my guest here, since we got Barney and Barbie on the show today. And people are wondering, is this a credible music artist? Well, obviously not. I've got a bird on my shoulder, but we're bringing my assistant in here right this very moment. Hello.
Hello.
You like my bird?
Like the graphics, and then wasn't expecting to hear about Barbie and Barney today.
Hey, well, I've got some bonus news for you today.
Okay.
There's literally about 4 things that can be celebrated every day, and I've been making jokes and saying there's a day for everything. There's probably a national have clean underwear on day, in which some people need to observe that. But look at that. I can point and the bird goes flying to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But today is also National Anything Day.
Okay.
So if there's anything that got left out of the celebration and you want to celebrate it, go ahead and throw that in there today. If it's not already celebrated on another day, you got it. So anything you want to celebrate today, Alea?
It's the catch-all day.
Catch-all.
I can't think of anything, but as you were talking about Barney, I just always think of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade when the Barney balloon had to be like cut down and just attacked people on the ground. We actually watched that Thanksgiving Day for a laugh. So
Okay.
that might need to be added to the Barney celebration, especially if
All right. Yeah. Could we get a video of that somewhere?
I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah, put a link in the show notes for that situation, because there'd probably be a lot of people who take enjoyment out of that. You sickos that are out there watching this show. So how you doing, Alea? This is Alea. I didn't come with any big fancy, she's the president and CEO of this group and organization. Alea's the reason why anything ever happens in Erskine music. I have fantastic ideas and a limited skill set, but something at some point needs to actually get communicated to people. And, if you've ever seen anything on Instagram, Facebook, social media, newsletters, it's generally because Alea's diligent to do those sort of things and keep up with so many other things. And so she is the glue that holds everything together. She's a 33.3% co-founder of the record label Respark, and she's just, I can't say enough about her contribution to Erskine music. We had to have her on the show.
Well, thanks. I feel like I get more out of helping the ministry than I put in, but thank you for the encouragement there.
Wink.
But
wink.
Wink.
That's not true. But hey, she's a great salesman as far as that's concerned. All right.
Well, thanks.
Maybe the bird should go here. Maybe the bird. I'm trying to get closer so the bird can go away. Goodbye, bird. Oh, no, don't do that. No breaking news. Not just yet. Oh,
okay.
What color do you want? Red, blue, green? You got
Purple's
any
good.
choices there?
Nah, whatever works.
I like red.
Okay.
This reminds me of, like, do you remember when they had that thing called a clapper?
Oh yeah, clap on, clap off, the clapper.
Yeah, the clapper. Don't
Oh
clap
yeah.
too loud or you'll be changing my lights over here.
Okay. No, I thought that was the greatest thing. One of those great infomercials, and thought everybody should have one.
Yeah,
Never
I
had
thought
one, but
I thought that would age a little bit better, but I don't guess it did.
yeah.
So hang with me for just a second. We're gonna have a little bit of Bible time here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna read a couple of verses from Proverbs chapter 16. Then we're doing a conversation today instead of an interview where we hype it up. So hang with me for just a couple of seconds here. And this is a Proverb 16. It's December the 16th. There's 31 days in December. There's 31 Proverbs. Maybe you've heard it said before that you can read your Bible that way. A proverb a day keeps the foolishness away. Certainly has kept a lot of foolishness away in my own life. And so let's listen to what Proverbs chapter 16 says. I won't read the entire proverb, but there's some verses that we need to hear this morning. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 1. We can make our own plans, but the Lord gives the right answer. People may be pure in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their motives. Commit your actions to the Lord, and your plans will succeed. The Lord has made everything in his own purposes, even the wicked for a day of disaster. The Lord detests the proud. They will surely be punished. Unfailing love and faithfulness make atonement for sin, but by fearing the Lord, people avoid evil. When people's lives please the Lord, even the enemies are at peace with them. Better to have little with godliness than to be rich and dishonest. And then the last verse that I wanted to read today, we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. From the brown floppy Bible. I need to get the black floppy Bible back out, but that's Proverbs chapter 16. Alea,
Okay.
anything you want to say about the Proverbs?
Well, I just read true. I mean, we try to make plans, but God makes ultimate plans, and you don't know them. It's a sometimes a good surprise, sometimes a bad surprise.
No,
when you're making plans and God changes them. So
yeah, the reason why I said that is because this is a great entree. Hopefully there's some artists who are watching this and some folks who are wondering, what do you do in full-time music? Well, we make plans and they always change. And I've told people before that are in leadership, if you don't have a plan C or a plan D in your back pocket that you're already thinking about, you're probably gonna not fare so well. Because how often would you say, when we come up with plan A, how often would you say plan A actually even really happens?
never.
I'm
Maybe like
still
1%
trying to
of the
think.
time.
Let's see. I've been doing this full time for 9 years. Let's come up with plan A. Yeah. So you already know we're going to be on some point in plan B. And, there's a lot of different aspects to that, right, Alea? We have, the parts that we can do on our end. And then
Right.
we have things on the other end. And then we have communication in between the middle people. And
Right.
so there's a lot of different things that have to happen in order for a plan A to take place.
Right. Planning and like the best case scenario, putting steps in place to get to the end point. Like, who do I need to contact? What is our social media plan to advertise XYZ? How can we make things better? If it's something we've done in the past, and
I'm going to put my big head on the screen as if that's not annoying
Okay.
enough, having me right there. I just need to reconfigure this.
But even like let's use example of your Be Brave artwork, just figuring out the concept and then getting in touch with the graphic artist and then picking what ultimately is the art. There's lots of steps in that.
Yeah, maybe since I just threw a big head up there, speaking of big head in the back right there, what would we need to do if we were going to make this piece of art an album cover, which this is a single tile? What are all the steps that we need to go through, at least some of the ones that you remember that we had to do just to get this to be single art? And we're not talking
Right.
about music. We're not talking about booking your shows, nothing stage performance, just the art part of this.
Well, first of all, the photos.
Yep.
Then picking
Gotta have a
the
photo shoot.
photos. Yeah, the photo shoot. Then choosing the photos that you like. Choosing a color scheme for the art. Also, just conveying in a succinct way the theme of the song, and even giving the artist, the graphic artist, songs they can listen and they can kind of think through different ideas of that art. And then once they, apply a few options, choosing an option. And that's just getting art for the single or the album cover. So
Yeah.
different
Well,
ways you're going to use it.
Yeah, and even at that point, you still don't have your art, because once they start manipulating the files, and once they get all the files, which takes a massive effort, and they start to manipulate those files, then you're going back and forth and you're making incremental adjustments and saying, okay, what do we like with this background? What if we did this? And then you're running that by your team, which is usually
True.
my wife. My kids get in on this a lot now because they're 13 and 14. They have very strong opinions about what daddy needs to wear, what daddy need to look like, what daddy need to sound like. They got some very strong opinions about those things, but I actually enjoy it because they got really good taste.
They do.
Yeah, so there's that, and then you're involved in that. And then when we go to the big man, obviously the Lord is the big man, but the big man, Stephen Lawicki, he weighs in on some of the creative decisions. If there's another artist that's involved, that other artist is involved with mostly all of the steps of the process as well. Then you start going back and negotiating like we did for Circles.
Right.
We can get that
with Mason Zagoda.
Yeah. So this guy. Okay, that was Circles.
Very briefly.
And that was briefly Circles. But yeah, so another artist featuring and those kind of things. And so you're working with your team and then their team. And this is just the artwork, people. We hadn't sung a note. We hadn't done anything. Now, hopefully by the time you're getting ready to release the single, you've already recorded that and done that part of the process.
Right.
Let me ask you, Alea, since you're on here, what has been your favorite types of things to work on when we work on all these projects? Because at this point, we've done things enough now that we kind of have, if there's going to be something that's going to be released to TV or for radio or those kind of things, we've got a process for that. If there's going to be things that we're going to privately release, there's, ways that we go about doing that. So what's your favorite part of the process? I don't know if I've ever even asked you this.
Oh, that's a good question. I like connecting with others. That's people, especially the festivals that you've been getting to do more, especially this past year with Life Fest. My favorite part with new people, and also people that have been part of Erskin music and then the Erskin music here for a while, like Eleni Naomi and of course Stephen Lawicki and Mason, and there's so many different people that
so many different people
are part of the circle. But the circle keeps expanding, and at Kensington, she is amazing, and she has been instrumental. And she connected you with with Don and Steve and many other people, and she's a great booker. But there's so many people, and it's just a blessing to be able to meet them and work with them, but also to meeting via email or sometimes phone the people that you're serving out at churches and these other festivals, and hearing how you act. Big Habasavage from Waxahachie.
Yeah, she just had a birthday.
She comes to mind, or Steve McCauley and FCA, and Nick Ripkin, and there's so many different people, and it's really neat to work with them and also hear the God stories either through them or through you after an event has happened, a concert or a festival, and just big and small God stories that's like only God has done X, Y, or Z.
Yeah. So for the artists that are watching this, and I thought some of that was choppy. She was just talking about all the different relationships that we have with all the different people, whether that be the smallest church in the world or whether that be the biggest festival. We still got to interact and make sure that we're there on time, have the right things in place, make sure we understand what kind of ministry would best serve them when we come there. But we were also thinking about just all the different neat continuing relationships that begin to develop as a result of, I think this year we're going to break into Resound Fest. We'll talk a little bit about some of that a little bit later, but there's some repeat things that we get a chance to do, and there's some new things that we get a chance to do. And that's really been rich in terms of relationships that we have out there. So we have 4 brand sponsors that essentially, whenever you see like Holt International, if you go to one of the shows, Holt International is there on the table, sharing about their ministry and what it is that they do in these kids' lives. I've seen that firsthand overseas. And Fellowship of Christian Athletes is there on this sign, talking about some of the leaders there. Life Action on my other sign, and then also Don and Steve in their morning show. I want to give you guys some subs really quickly here, just so that you can tell your friends about what's going on here, and we can grow this show and some other shows, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see one another. But here we go. Let's rock out. If you are watching this show on YouTube, Facebook Live, and or Twitch, please remember to subscribe and enable the notifications. So that is a little bit of that. We want to take a quick break here. We're going to come back and talk about some future things that we have going on. So this is the song Circles. When we come back from that break, which this is the Erskin Music Show, and we're talking about Erskin. It seems very self-serving, but hopefully at some point this is entertainment for you as well, and education for those of you who are saying, how do I break into this thing and do it full time? I started realizing that if I spent the time that I'm working for other people, working for Erskin Music, then I'll have more contacts and I'll have more people that I'm interacting with. And that literally got to a place where I was like, okay, I don't have time to do anything else. Like even now, the Erskin Music Show is cracking in the morning. There's stuff in the afternoon, and there's, every once in a while there's stuff in the evening as well. And so it's just, we stay busy, and all that gets done because of the person that you see in the top screen there. It's kind of like the Brady Bunch here in the top panel here. That's Alea who's getting those things done. So this is Circles, and then we'll be right back.
You've got my attention to hear what you say. I've been listening closely, so I don't miss a word. No, I can't go back where I was before. I'm moving forward, chasing so much more, so much more. I started coming alive, setting the world on fire. Nothing can stop me now, my past won't hold me down. No more going in circles, blazing another path, and I'm not going back, no. No more going in circles, I'm not going in circles. No more going in circles.
Still getting stronger, stronger every day. Emotions that held me don't hold me anymore. No, I can't go back where I was before. I'm moving forward, chasing so much more, so much more. I started coming alive, setting the world on fire.
All right, that was the song Circles. And we're continuing a discussion here about all things Erskine music. Let me put some information up here really quickly here for Alea, just in case some of you guys have questions about stuff and you want to reach out. You can reach her at artistamplified@gmail.com. And if you have follow-up questions to some of the things that we're working on, that is how you can contact her and or us. Yeah. This is kind of like a free session for people to know, because I get calls and people invite me to lunch and they want me to tell them about the process. And often it's some of the things that we're talking about today. So Alea, let me know if I miss anything.
Okay.
All right. So I've got us, so the roster is full for the spring, but I've got an East Coast tour, at least on my calendar, with Brendan Brooks coming up. And so you'll get more information about that in the spring session. Brendan Brooks and I have been on tour before, and it was incredible. So we're going to do it again. We're going to go to the East Coast. And so for those of you who are watching in Connecticut, New York, the Northeast, we'll be coming your direction. More information soon. Be doing another tour and some dates with Joe Guerra coming up in the spring. And so he's up in Michigan, and I don't know where we'll go, but I don't know, we may stay around Michigan and do some stuff. In January, coming up more recently or closely to our schedule now, is a Just Dance party to be announced. Season 4 of the Erskine Music Show is coming. Oklahoma Youth Retreat in February. We're coming back, Black Gum. The Texas tour is scheduled once again in the spring. They're wanting us back in April. Awesome. Resound Fest is cracking this summer. First time to Resound Fest. Going to be doing that, Lord willing, in May. And then also in May and June. Excuse me. Resound Fest is in June. In May, we should be in Africa into the first part of June. What did I miss? Probably everything.
That you hit a lot of high notes there. We're hoping for a few other festivals, but we haven't got confirmation yet. But stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, once we have confirmation, we'll let you know. But those are the high notes so far.
Except I didn't mention NRB. Can you tell people what NRB is?
NRB, yes, the National Religious Broadcasters Organization. It's just a gathering of people in television and film and radio and all aspects of religious communication. So music, the arts, and they have a gathering once a year. Every other year it's in Nashville. And this is the Nashville year. And I've been involved with it in the past in various ways. But this year he is performing the first night, I believe, in the Senders Hall. I think that's what they called it. But you're performing, you're the headlining musician the first evening of the NRB. So that is really, really cool.
And that's funny. I've actually been at that particular kind of event before, but it was totally an accident. Stephen Curtis Chapman couldn't make it to one of his sessions, and they saw me walking down the hall. And this is actually a true story. I tell true stories on here. And they knew me because they had met me in India, where I had been doing a similar conference. And so they knew that I did music, and they knew that I was pretty much, because of the way that I was asked to perform in India, like, this guy's just ready to go. Just call him out of the crowd and tell him to get up on the stage, and he's going to have something ready. And so they actually saw me a couple of hours before the event, and they were like, "Hey, Stephen Curtis Chapman, he can't make it. Do you have anything ready?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll go, and I will play. I will help you struggling people out by playing some music." And so we were able to be on the main stage. That was a really neat opportunity. As a result of that very night, the young lady that was performing before me trusted Christ as her savior. There's a long story that's involved with that. It's just another God story and another way that God has been working in the ministry. But so I actually snuck on that stage. It wasn't supposed to be me. This time it is supposed to be me, and who knows who will it actually be.
Hopefully it'll be you.
Hopefully it'll be me, but we make our plans.
That's true. We have the plan A, but
yeah,
so something else happens. So
they're looking at somebody in the hall that's just like, man, Erskine can't make it today. He gone. So we just need you. So that may open the door for somebody else. Who knows?
Yes.
All good. All good. So yeah, did I miss anything? Is there anything that I can? There's more on the calendar. I just can't.
Right. You have a
think-
lot more on the calendar, but I mean, you kind of hit the highlights.
Well, did I miss anything in terms of something that artists would want to know? Typical questions that we get when people are wanting to know, what do I need to do to take the next step? What are some resources I need to look at? What's the process look like? What's the time commitment look like? All those different things.
Well, the process, I feel like I keep learning all the time, and I have been learning since I've started helping Erskine Music. But I think the main thing is, number one, to make sure you're called into the music ministry, and that you have somebody trusted that could give you honest feedback on your music. If you're not ready to record, or if you're not ready to record, somebody that'll give you that feedback. But then also just start playing and showing up at different places, at open mics or corners or wherever, to start building up kind of like a catalog of places you've played, and then start putting stuff on social media, and just playing out your, I don't want to say persona, but pick a color scheme that you're gonna do for all of your posts, and try to stay in that color scheme, and pick whenever you're on stage, have kind of like a couple uniforms or outfits that flow together, so you have a style that people can start to connect you with.
Come on, look at that, Alea. This is solid gold.
So
no, we're gonna have to cut this. Hey, we cutting this broadcast off, man. People gonna have to pay us for this. We just give them stuff for free today.
Glad to help, though. Glad to help.
Yeah.
Just,
Okay, we're gonna help them for about 2 or 3 more minutes.
Okay.
Then
They'll have
we're
to
gonna get a
email
course
me, right?
going.
Then they'll have to email.
Yeah. So the email. Hey, we also have a writers retreat that's coming up as well.
That is true. I think were we talking about May? Possibly?
Yeah. So that's typically done in May. So if there's any writers that are out there and you're like, hey, I'm at ground zero, I know the Lord has called me in, or I know I've got some songs, I want to have some more songs. We have a songwriters retreat that we do as well. And we've been doing that in collaboration with Lydia Walker.
Yes.
And she's going to be the
amazing.
keynote speaker. Yeah, she's incredible. Keynote speaker. And so a lot of her resources are available through Rustic Songbird. And she's done a tremendous job for years.
Yeah.
Man, you can't tell her nothing. She already knows.
And that podcast
the releasing
that she
of
put
music.
out.
Man.
If you need tips and tricks, her podcast, even though I don't think she's recording any new episodes right now, is a wealth of knowledge.
But she had over 100 episodes of solid gold.
Yes.
So you'll definitely want to check that out. She had industry interviews and just a lot of different things. She's just walking momentum. Every time anytime she's around, she's just got momentum. And
she's amazing.
Yeah, she does a fantastic job, and we'll say more about that in the future. We definitely want to hear from you guys that are out there, questions that you guys might have, opportunities. Certainly if there's something that you want me to come and play. We haven't done a lot of seminars for people that are just like, hey, the ins and outs of, going to a location and here's songwriting, going to a location and here's a performance or a worship service, but also some teaching times. And so hopefully we can break into some more of those things as well.
Yeah, hopefully CSMI is coming up in, I think, April. Is that?
It is. And we need to discuss that because that coincides with the Texas tour. So, you're watching us do this in real time where our calendar is constantly in flux and we're trying to hold, certain dates and rearrange certain dates. And there's certain conferences and things that we want to be at and be a part of. And like Alea was talking about, network, pray, and play. What I could say is one of the things that you need to do. and see what the Lord does
Yes.
from there. He'll put you in contact with the right people at the right time to do the right things.
Right. Exactly. And you never know who you're going to meet. That will help encourage you or be a resource in your music career or
Yeah.
any career, whatever you're called to.
Yeah.
I think networking is important for everybody, but especially in the creative world. As they say, Nashville's the biggest small town you've ever been in. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Like that
Mhm.
really applies in Nashville more than anywhere else, I think.
Yeah.
So it's an important thing. But I think when you network and meet more people, your life is enriched and you get to reach out and enrich and minister
Absolutely.
to others.
You might literally be 3 hours and 54 minutes and 22 seconds away from meeting somebody that's going to ultimately radically change your life for the good. And a lot of times you think, well, I'm going to meet some record label executive. Not necessarily. You might meet somebody at the grocery store, or you might, because this town, everybody does everything all over the place. You might meet somebody walking down the street. You might meet somebody in a store. You might meet somebody while you're shopping. Just be ready. You don't have time to get ready when it's time to be ready. And so network, be ready to, be kind to the people that are out there, and just, take it as it comes and do what the Lord has called you to do to the best of your ability. And he may provide some more opportunities to do that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, well, we got a lot to do. As I said, you are our special guest as a conversation panelist to help artists that are out there. But we are pre-recording this because I am going to be with Melanie Penn. And for those of you who want to sign up for the newsletter, if you don't even know what that is, Alea's got her information. Where is that on the screen?
Scrolling across the bottom.
Yeah, that's
Artistamplified at gmail.com.
She's up there, information down there. And so, yeah, good stuff today, Alea. We have to have you come back on the show.
Okay.
Because there will be some more updates coming in the future.
That's true. That's true. There should be an update spot, little breaking news or something like that.
You want some breaking news? Hang on a second. Hang on. Breaking news. We can have breaking news. Okay, people. I wanted to give you some breaking news. This is breaking news related to the coronavirus, the Omicron variant. I just wanted to report, according to the news sources that are out there, we don't know anything. All right. We don't know anything more than we knew before. All right. Get breaking news off of here. You like that?
It's good. I like the graphics. Very professional looking.
Very, this is what this show is all about. Just being so professional. But this show is also about getting out of here because you are busy and I'm just a little busy. And we love to go back and watch these shows. And so drop a comment in the comment section. Thank you so much, Alea, for coming on. And we'll talk to you very soon.
Well, thanks for having me. And thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Peace out. All right. That was Alea. Charming, humble servant of the Lord. Always got a kind word to say. I've never heard her say a not kind word. Nope, she's never not said a kind word. I should say she's always said kind words about everybody. And if you ever get a chance to work with somebody like that, regardless of what their capacity is, just work with them. All right. But Alea's tremendous, and she does a lot, not just for Erskin Music, the entity, the brand, the persona, the man, but she does a lot for our family as well. And so she's loved by our kids, and my wife and her, relate to one another because they're both humble servants of the Lord. And so just always great to have Alea come on the show. We'll have her back because there'll be some more announcements that we can talk about. And I don't know, one of these days, maybe she can be a co-host of the show. I don't know. You still watch? You still listening to this? That'd be awesome because she's good at everything. So let me get out of here now. We're at 47 minutes. I said we weren't going to go the full hour today. Let's do this. Let me give you a shout out, Erskin Music, and let's get out of here today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Next week, Ooh, next week is a good one. You do not want to miss these final couple of episodes, because next week, as we roll into the official couple of days before Christmas, we're going to be finishing up season 3 with some incredible guests. You're like, how did you do this? Like, you backloaded this show with like just firepower. You put Alea on here. You've got some Melanie Penn stuff that's going on here. You've also got Yancey. Come on, this just doesn't stop. So Yancey is going to be with the show next week. That's going to be a pre-record, because we got to make sure that's all right. She doesn't want a Dove Award now. And so Cartoon Erskine will be in the house. We will be definitely playing Made in the Image of God. Super excited for her and her new venture. She's going to be actually coming on the show and doing some promo, talking about her new book that's coming out on children's worship and discipleship. And so can't think of a better person to talk about that than Yancey. That's next week on the show. It is the Erskine Music Show. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Enjoy this Texas flag as we go to the outro.